Welcome. The Skulls of Seven are a secret honor society formed in 1898 on the Westminster campus. Originally formed to forge ties between Westminster's fraternities, the Skulls of Seven are now empowered to guard Westminster's traditions and ceremonies. The Skulls of Seven represent the values of tradition, history, scholarship, loyalty and friendship, citizenship, service, and honor. 6 seniors, including the Grand Marshal, and 1 junior, the Baby Skull, comprise the Skulls of Seven. In 1927, the first Marshal of the college, Charles F. Dog Lampkin, and the Skulls of Seven initiated the column ceremony to welcome new freshmen to the college. The Circle Drive on the hill is named after Marshal Lampkin. Today, we honor the traditions established by our forefathers and welcome the class of 2025 and other new students to the college through their participation in this ceremony. We are also honored today by the presence of Mr. Donald P. Lofi, Jr., who will also pass through the columns, symbolic of his arrival as the college's new president. Welcome to all of our new students and to our new president. At this time, I call on the Grand Custodian of the columns, Skull Catherine Bloom, to deliver the charge to our new students and to President Lofi on behalf of the Skulls of Seven.
As Grand Custodian of the columns, I welcome you to Westminster College. These formal words and the ceremony in which you now take part confirm that you already hold a place in our hearts. Today, you become part of us, each one of us, a member of the same college family. You now enter a great adventure. Before you lies a new world. This is your first of many ceremonies in our city of learning in which you are now a citizen. The Skulls of Seven, custodians of the columns, and guardians of the traditions of the college, here charge you to join with them in reaffirming our time-honored rituals. Rituals to which all returning students anticipate with passion and excitement as they join us in welcoming the future of Westminster. This recognition ceremony has a real significance. It touches the history, the traditions, and the spirit of the college. Founded over a century and a half ago by a great church built by faith, maintained by sacrifice, and sustained by prayer, Westminster is forever dedicated to the higher education of young adults. Before you tower 6 majestic pillars. These are the material remains of Old Westminster Hall. For more than 50 years, Westminster students pass daily through the columns of that building. Their spirits hallow this spot, and their memories rest upon it like a benediction. As a living memorial to these former citizens, Westminster students have concluded to pass between the columns only twice. Once on the way to their first convocation, and finally as seniors when they gain their degrees. This induction ceremony is valueless in its physical aspects alone. Instead, we call upon you to appreciate the intangible values of our college, to remember the prayers and sacrifices that built and upheld it, to sense the spirits of the men and women who before passed between these columns toward personal fulfillment and civic commitment. Today, we learn that the college is faithful to the teachings of our forebears, that it holds fast to the great ideals of the past, that it retains the lessons of truth, of honor, of righteousness, taught here for 150 years. This is for new students a day of enlistment, a summons to high standards. Soon, you will be committed to keeping the faith, traditions, and honor of the college alive, along with the peers who outlined your pathway to these columns today, as they will continue to do throughout your time here. Now, with an upraised right hand, we ask that you join in affirming the age-old Athenian oath. Please repeat after me. We will never bring disgrace to this our city by any act of dishonesty or cowardice. nor ever desert our comrades. We will respect and obey the city laws and do our best to get others to respect and obey them. We will strive to teach others to be loyal and true. Thus, in all these ways, we make this city greater, better, and more beautiful. Thank you. I now call upon PJ Bledsoe and Caitlin Lubring to respond for the class of 2025.
Good afternoon, Westminster faculty, staff, family, and fellow students. I hope that over the course of the next 4 years, I become friends with most, if not all of you. I'm honored to be one of two students in front of you today who have been given the privilege of leading the class of 2025 through the columns. Before I start my speech, I'd like to thank my mom and my grandpa. You both have always been there for me, no matter what the case is, whether it being the death of my father when I was 3 years old and my grandmother my freshman year, to winning a district championship my freshman year and giving this speech in front of all of you today. My words can truly not thank you for all that you have done for me, and I'm greatly appreciative of it. My name is Philip Bledsoe, but most people will know me by PJ. I'm from a small farming community known as Eldon, Missouri. Eldon is roughly 10 minutes away from Bagnell Dam at the Lake of the Ozarks and roughly 45 minutes away from our campus that we will soon call home. How I chose to call Westminster my future home is an interesting story, to say the least. It all started when a former football coach of mine, Mr. Box Silvers, invited me to attend their fall football inter-squad scrimmage. This would be the first day that I would end up visiting the campus throughout a 5-day span. The day we arrived early, and we met in the auditorium. One of the first people I met that day was President Lofi. He asked me questions like what I was looking for into a college and what I was going to do while my time on campus. He told me about running on the cross-country team, graduating, and then years later becoming the president, and how excited he was for it. Every time President Lofi saw my mom and I, he spoke to us and called us by name. My thinking on the way home was, wow, how many presidents will know you by name on the first day? We ended up touring the campus later that day, and I loved the layout of the campus because it was small and reminded me of my high school. After I left Westminster that day, I realized that it would be in my top 3 colleges. The second time I visited campus, I was actually on my way to visit Central Methodist, where my mom attended in the fall of 1982 on a volleyball scholarship. While traveling to Fayette, I received a call from Coach Will Crocker apologizing for missing me 2 days before while I was touring campus. Coach Crocker asked if there was another time that I would come over and meet him. My response was, how about today? I'm on my way to visit Central Methodist, but I could come down I-70 and meet this afternoon. For a moment, I was looking at my mom because I currently had no idea where we were. To say the least, we made it from one college to another and back to Eldon, all before football practice. While on my visits, I realized how just special Westminster was and how much it felt like home, even though I wasn't sure where I was going or what I was majoring in. Once I stepped on campus, I got the feeling, I don't truly know how to explain it, but it's home. I was looking for a college with smaller classes, and that is perfect for me. I love the friendliness of all the faculty and students. Everyone goes out of their way to help you. Westminster is a prime example of family and community pride. It is a really cool experience to know that we are walking where Winston Churchill gave his Iron Curtain speech. This campus has endless opportunities to help us achieve and become whatever we want. I'm proud to make Westminster my home for the next 4 years, and I sure hope you do too. I want you guys to step out of your comfort zones, try out for clubs, and just show that Blue Jay kindness that I received on my visits. To the class of 2025, once we walk through these columns, we will always share this brotherhood and sisterhood for the many years to come ahead of us. Many of us will go on to be lawyers, doctors, teachers, or whatever your path may lead, but the friendships we make will last a lifetime. We are going to the college experience, so let's make this the best 4 years of our lives. Thank you.
Welcome, class of 2025 and families. My name is Caitlin Lubring, and I am honored to be one of the 2 students that will lead the class of 2025 through the columns. Walking through these columns will lead us into the start of our careers at Westminster College. I would like to thank all of the families that have helped their students become so successful. I am sure that throughout our journey at Westminster, we will all make you proud. Thank you for all the guiding us in the right direction in life and always encouraging us to be the best that we can be. On behalf of the class of 2025, we all thank you for all the encouragement and love that has been thrown at us for the past years that we have been with you. Walking through these columns today will signify us starting a new chapter in our life. Using all of the great life lessons that were taught to us to get us to this point, I cannot wait to start the new chapter of my life surrounded by such great people. I cannot wait to start these next 4 years with you. There are so many reasons that I and many other people chose Westminster. I have looked and thought about other colleges for the past 4 years of my high school career. However, I knew the minute I walked into Westminster, it was the place for me. For myself and many others, I am sure when I stepped foot into this campus, I felt like it was home. This campus provided such a great environment, and I was surrounded by so many great people. On my tour around the campus, I began to fall more in love with it each moment I was there. I met so many great staff members and other students. I knew that this is the right place for me. The community and positive atmosphere is what I have to come to love during my time here. Meeting so many new people and great staff really made my choice for colleges easier. Over the past years, I have met a lot of people or talked to a lot of family members who have graduated from here. They have all loved the campus and faculty who worked here. Talking to them about the campus and all the fun experiences they had done with the time here at Westminster has made me so excited to start college. Another great component to Westminster is the small class sizes. I have never wanted to go to a class size of 400 students in each class. I am the kind of person who likes to get to know others and make my schooling go by so much easier, knowing I'm able to get help from others. Having a small class size is a benefit to everyone. Having a great relationship with other classmates and professors will help each and one of us enjoy the time and grow our successes. As time goes on, I am sure that many of us will become great friends and start many new relationships. The next time that we walk through these columns we will all be on our way to a new chapter of our lives after graduating. I cannot wait to see what happens between now and then, and I am sure it will be such a great experience. Walking through these columns, I want everyone to be ready for a great 4 years of our lives and to live every moment like it counts. So let's make a great college experience, one that we will never forget. I am so happy to call Westminster my home for the next 4 years. I am sure many of you are ready as well. I cannot wait to make new relationships and memories with each and one of you. And I hope everyone has a great experience at Westminster.
To the class of 2025, other new students, and President Lofi, you may now pass between the columns. As you do so, remember the oath you have just taken and rejoice that you've now become sons and daughters of Westminster College.
With our gathering today, we celebrate a new beginning and join in a time-honored Westminster College tradition. Out of respect for this tradition, we ask that all cell phones be placed on silent. I declare the 2021 New Student Convocation open. We would like to take a picture, first of all, of our new students. New students, please stand. Above us is a drone, so please look up at the drone and smile. All right, we got it. Students, please remain standing. Everyone, please remove your hats. And faculty members, platform party, parents, and guests, please stand for the invocation from Reverend Kiva Nice-Webb.
Please pause with me for a moment of reverence this hot afternoon. O Holy One, we come to this moment excited and scared, caught between what we are leaving and what we are about to enter into. So this afternoon, we pause for just a moment to give thanks for all that has brought us to this present moment, to give honor to the losses and worries that we may carry with us, to seek the courage to embrace the possibilities and challenges that a new start at Westminster College brings, even in the midst of so much continued global suffering and uncertainty. We do not know exactly what the years ahead will hold, but we do know we will each be transformed by the people that we meet, the classes that we take, and the activities in which we choose to participate. Each step of the way, O Holy One, help us to act out of our best selves, drawing on our most cherished values, striving to love our neighbors as ourselves as we pursue our own goals and ambitions. Bless this day, bless all those gathered here, and bless this coming year. We pray this in the name of all that is holy, all that is good. Amen. I invite President Lofi to the podium.
Okay, would everybody please be seated, and those who have a cap, you may replace your caps. Thank you, Kiva. Very inspiring words. And thank you and good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the Convocation ceremony, honoring the new class of 2025. I'm Don Lofi, President and Chief Transformational Officer of the college. And on behalf of the entire Westminster College community, it's my honor and pleasure to welcome all of you, our Convocation and alumni speaker, Ms. Jordan Sanders, Jordan's mother, Ms. Judith Sanders, Ms. Abigail Beach, who will perform our Alma Mater, family members and those watching virtually who could not be with us today, our event staff, faculty, and most especially the class of 2025. Now, as you begin your college career at Westminster, know that you're embarking upon a unique journey during truly remarkable times in our world. But know that some things remain constant, like the tradition, the long-enduring ceremony you are about to take part in. At the risk of dating myself, 40 plus years ago, I walked through these same columns for the first time as a freshman. But I assure you, my family and I shared probably very similar emotions that many of you and your parents are experiencing today. In all honesty, I felt a little uneasy, uncertain, and even though I was looking forward to classes and experiencing college life, which included being a long-distance runner for the college's cross-country and track and field team, ultimately for 4 years here, When I walk back through these same columns 4 years later and into the world as a new staff accountant at a Big 8 firm, I recognize that Westminster had prepared me fundamentally to pursue my goals and ambitions, both professionally and personally. I would learn later in my professional career how much Westminster prepared me for the rigors of a prominent graduate school business education. As parents, my wife Lorraine and I have experienced both our sons and daughters beginning their own college careers. They recently graduated college, but I can remember their uncertainties, challenges, and many positive moments for them and us too along the way. Although both are now enjoying their chosen career aspirations and clearly building upon them, our daughter, who wouldn't mind me mentioning this, that she changed her major several times before finding her chosen path of digital marketing. Do not be surprised if you have the same experience. And remember, we, the faculty and the staff, are here to help you in every step of the way. Class of 2025, as you take your first steps literally and figuratively into your college journey, please be assured that Westminster's College Administration, faculty, and the Board of Trustees will work very hard to provide you with a robust academic program in education. They want you to have a positive but safe student life experience too, especially with COVID still being in our midst. We are here to prepare you for the next steps in your life and career, now and in the future. Families of the class of 2025, please also be assured that these same individuals clearly understand and take their responsibilities to you and those students extremely seriously. Their goal is to foster the best experience possible at Westminster. In closing, students of the class of 2025, my best wishes to you and your families as you begin your experience at Westminster College. We look forward to seeing all of you in 4 years at commencement ceremonies, where you will walk through the opposite direction through the columns and out into the world. Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to introduce you to the other members of the platform party. First is our Vice President of Enrollment Services, Marketing Strategic Communications, Dr. Paul Orslin. Next to him is our Vice President and Dean of Student Life, Dr. Casey Lacey. Next to Dr. Lacey is our College Chaplain, Reverend Kevin Nice-Webb. Then we have today's student Convocation speaker, Ms. Jordan E. Sanders from the class of 2014. And the final member of the platform party is Ms. Abigail Beach, class of 2020, who will be performing our Alma Mater. Now at this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Paul Orslin to present the new class. Dr. Orslin?
Thank you, President Lofi. On behalf of Westminster College students, faculty, and staff, I have the unique honor and privilege of presenting the 171st entering class to the Westminster community. This incoming group of more than 230 new students is the largest class to attend Westminster in 5 years. Thank you. We exemplify the core of Westminster's mission to be critically aware leaders of character, committed to the values of integrity, fairness, respect, and responsibility as they embark upon their journey ahead. Representing 12 states, these students claim a unique diversity in culture, ethnicity, status, identity, and expression that is paramount to an enriched learning environment. I am pleased to recognize Caroline Lauer from Little Rock, Arkansas. Are you in the audience, Caroline? Could you stand up, please? Caroline is the first student who made a commitment to be a member of the Westminster class of 2025. Thank you. You may be seated. I'm also pleased to recognize Donnie Hickok from Royal Oaks, California. Donnie, are you in the audience? Donnie traveled the farthest to be a member of the Westminster class of 2025. Thank you, Donnie. We are also proud that 14 of our new students have a legacy connection to Westminster, a grandparent, parent, or sibling who attended here previously. Would those legacy students please stand and be recognized? At this time, I ask the class of 2025 to please stand. President Lofi and the Greater Westminster Community, I am proud to present the 171st entering class of Westminster College. You may be seated. And now I'd like to introduce Dr. Casey Lacey, our Vice President and Dean of Student Life, to address the class of 2025.
All right, it says you may be seated, but you already are. So I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to Westminster campus, to introduce you to this beautiful campus, your new home away from home, in our residential facilities, to our exceptionally dedicated staff and faculty, to your potential lifelong friends, and to the exciting possibilities here at Westminster. I have the distinct honor of serving as your Vice President and Dean of Student Life. I've been at Westminster College for 10 years, and each year I'm reminded of what a privilege it is to be a part of your college experience. I look forward to getting to know you here and want to let you know that each Student Life staff member is here to support you throughout your time. The mission of Student Life is to complement and enhance the learning that extends beyond the classroom. Student Life strives to foster an inclusive student body by empowering you with the tools, experiences, and a safe, supportive environment needed to both achieve academic and personal well-being. I highly encourage you to get involved on campus, to maximize your student experience, and to take full advantage of all of the services available here to support your personal and professional development. Lastly, please do not forget to take time for self-care. It's the psychologist in me. You have to make sure to attend to both your mental and physical health. Make time for fun and sleep. Please get some sleep. It's super important. I look forward to seeing you around campus, and please smile, wave, say hi, stop by my office. Be safe and knowing that Student Life is invested in your well-being. Also, going off script, I want to thank you all for being here on my birthday, and also Mrs. Sanders' birthday. So it's a wonderful day to be here at Westminster. So thank you for those who sang to me in the quad earlier. So I'm going to invite President Lofi back up here. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. So I'm very pleased to introduce Ms. Jordan E. Sanders from the class of 2014. Ms. Sanders is a doctoral student at Rutgers University in New Brunswick, New Jersey, who's studying English with research emphasis on African American print culture. Prior to attending Rutgers, Ms. Sanders earned an MA in English in 2016 from Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., and a BA in English in 2014 from Westminster College. She taught literature as a theory of possibility and progress at Shorecrest Preparatory School in St. Petersburg, Florida from 2016 to 2020. Ms. Sanders says that as an educator and a scholar, she's invested in expanding narratives of inclusion. She also believes her decision to pursue her graduate degrees was the result of strong support she received from faculty members while she was a student here at Westminster. Originally from Little Rock, Arkansas, Ms. Sanders is a 2019-2020 Westminster College 40 Years, 40 Women honoree. She also happens to be among one of the largest siblings legacies at Westminster. 5 Sanders sisters graduated from the college between 2006 and 2014. Ms. Sanders, way to go, and your husband. So now, please, for a round of applause, please join me in welcoming Ms. Jordan Sanders.
Thank you so much, President Lofi, for that warm introduction. It's an honor to be here with you all on this hot day. I know this year has been difficult, but for me, I am adding writing this speech to the bottom of the list. I don't know if y'all know how hard it is to find a topic that hallmark your parents and all of your commencement speeches haven't already kind of beaten to death. But here we are. As I reflected on my journey from your seats to this stage, I realized that I was 10 years old the first time I set foot on this campus. I followed my sisters around as they toured, and since then, I've stood on this campus countless times. For each of my sisters' graduations in 2006, 2008, 2011, and in my various roles as a student, as a Churchill singer, Student Foundations representative, Campus Activities Board chair, resident advisor, and student ambassador. By the time I graduated in 2014, I'd spoken twice at the columns, as SGA president and as a freshman respondent, just as Caitlin and PJ have done here today. Clearly, I'm a little obsessed with this place. And even though I've returned many times, it never feels the same. Not just because a room is different or because Convocation is outside instead of in an air-conditioned auditorium, but because I'm different. And it's that transformation that I want to talk to you about today. If someone asked you why you decided to attend college, what would you say? If you're anything like I was as a freshman, you probably give one of the following answers. Now, I'm a teacher, so this is going to be interactive. I'm going to list some go-to reasons, and when I say yours, I want you to raise your hand. It's too hot to stand up. So just pop your hand up and keep it up when I say a reason that's in your head. Got it? Okay, option 1. You have a detailed, multi-step life plan, which requires a very specific major, and you've looked at other schools, and Westminster has the program that's the best fit for you. Any of those? Hold them high so I don't seem weird. Go ahead. Okay. Option 2. In comparing your college options, Westminster was the best combination of funding and programs. Any of those? Hands up. Keep them up. Okay. Y'all are the planners. Faculty, take notes. It's these ones. Number 3, college is just the obvious next step after high school. And you loved Westminster, so here you are. Any of those? Okay. And number 4, a college degree means you can get a real job. A grown-up, money-making, move out of your parents' house permanently kind of job. Any of those? Yeah. Here's some parents agreeing with me back here. If you haven't raised your hand, think of your reason and raise your hand now. You're a special, special soul, and I want to hear your reason after this. All of these are really good reasons to go to college. But can I let you in on a secret? If you want to make the most of this experience, these reasons aren't quite enough. I'm not saying this because I'm somehow better. When I sat in those seats, I thought those reasons were going to be enough to make it through the exams and the events and 4 years. But my own experience shows that life plans adjust. And study after study has shown that our generation is more likely to have multiple careers and need multiple degrees. Some of you may change majors mid-program. Some of you will need to regroup after college, maybe move back home. Sorry, parents. To make a new plan. Others will end up in careers that have nothing to do with what you majored here. And all of that is okay. So if this degree doesn't guarantee a specific outcome or experience, I want you to really ask why you're here, why we're all here. Simply put, we're here to experience learning. And that might sound incredibly underwhelming, but experiencing learning is the heart of Westminster's value. I think philosopher John Dewey described it best in his theory of experience. He describes an essential step as an act of reconstructive doing. This requires surrendering or yielding to experience as a process. It requires a willingness to explore your relationship to community and to reimagine who you can be. Now, reimagining yourself does not necessarily mean changing beyond recognition or giving up values that you hold dear. But it does mean embracing all that is possible. And I get it. If someone told me as a freshman that I would graduate with a journalism degree but not be a journalist, and that 11 years later I would have earned a master's, taught high school, and started a doctoral program, I would have told them that they had to be talking to the wrong Jordan Sanders, because that was not my plan. I was certain of my journey. As the youngest of a legacy of sisters to attend Westminster, being here made fiscal sense, and Westminster had a flexible major structure, which was ideal for someone like me who loved novels but did not want to write one. So I majored in English with a track in journalism. And like a good journalism student, I joined the column staff, took every journalism class, and interned with Leadership magazine. But somewhere between Dr. Levine's African diasporic literatures, Dr. Adams's Introduction to Critical Theory, and Dr. Lael's American History to 1850, I realized that I didn't want to be a journalist. Don't get me wrong, I still loved journalism, but these courses forced me to approach it differently. I started asking questions. What if beyond the facts of the event, news stories help us to understand the world and our place in it? What if we read newspapers the way we read novels, cover to cover as a narrative construction about the world, complete with plot twists and multiple narrators? What if we thought about all writing as a collective project, even when the work is attributed to a single author? My interest in journalism remained, but I had to reimagine what it meant for me to study it. And now, by reading 19th century periodicals, I get to explore how communities transform the world around them. I get to examine how African Americans used print to rewrite and reimagine Americanness, humanity, and belonging. My work and research at institutions far away from Westminster are an outworking of an internal reconstruction that started right here on this campus in these metaphorical seats. As a freshman, I couldn't imagine that version of myself. I couldn't have picked it out of a catalog or asked about it on a college tour. This isn't on the list of majors, and nowhere is professional antebellum journalism nerd listed in a career services brochure. And granted, your journey may look nothing like mine, but that's the wonder of learning at Westminster. My sister Jen majored in physics before she discovered student activities while working on the campus activities board. 2 degrees later, she's a student affairs professional and now works as the associate director of K-12 access programs at Mizzou. Lauren, a classmate of mine, always loved to travel, so she studied abroad and worked in the Westminster Study Abroad office. Now, she travels the world helping Fortune 500 companies execute large meeting and incentive programs. Julia, who despite sucking at chemistry, her words, not mine, persevered to major in biology, and driven by her love of animals, she now works as a scientist in the pet food industry. Rye's journey started with a self-design major in sports medicine. She now owns her own chiropractic office, and her work in prenatal and pediatric chiropractic care truly reimagines wellness. None of us imagined this when we were freshmen. So, whatever your journey, I encourage you to make the most of the opportunity. Put your interests to work. Start an organization, join a club, take that strange class outside of your major, advocate for new policies, and reimagine what's possible. Because when you do, you make space for others' impossible dreams to become possible. My very presence on this stage is a testament to it. Westminster's founders never imagined that me or a student like me would be here, let alone be addressing you here today. But someone reimagined their world, and in so doing, made this moment possible. So it's your turn now. You are part of the legacy of people who have transformed themselves and this place. But the space now is yours. So I hope that when you return to these columns, this campus feels different because you've transformed and transformed it. And just like today, your family, the one you have and the one you're joining, will be here to cheer you on your way. We can't wait to see who you become. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. And very inspiring words and thoughts, and it's a testament to what the journey can begin today. And Mrs. Sanders, to you and your husband, Mr. Sanders, congratulations of this very special day, and happy birthday to you. Members of the class of 2025, your Westminster experience has officially begun. The pace is going to be fast because of opportunities you have ahead of you. They're going to be varied, and they're going to be numerous. And before you know it, 4 years will have passed, and you'll be returning through the columns, not as new students, but as a new alumni. You'll be engaged, challenged, and supported all along the way. The educational journey you're about to take will be one of the most transformational experiences of your life. And if you always guide your actions and decisions by our core community values of integrity, fairness, respect, and responsibility, you will be successful. Once again, welcome to the Westminster College class of 2025 and Westminster College. Now it's time for our Westminster tradition that accompanies every official ceremony on campus, the Alma Mater, which will be sung by Ms. Abigail Beach, class of 2020. After the Alma Mater, please remain standing for the benediction. Thank you.
The words to the Alma Mater can be found on the back of your programs here if you would like to follow along. Everyone ready? On the hills of old Missouri, tapestried in green, rise the walls of gray Westminster. Hail, O Mother Queen. Hail, Westminster, Alma Mater, on thy hilltop throne. Sons and daughters pledge devotion, thine we are thine own.
Deep breath, y'all. Please remove your caps. And now, Westminster Community, please receive this blessing. May you stay curious and learn from your failures as much as your successes. May you be guided by compassion and justice in all your relationships. May you never forget that your worth is not dictated by your grades or your paycheck. And may you make time to delight in the simple joys of life. Go in peace. You can put your caps back on.
Please remain in your seats until the platform party, the faculty, and the students have exited the area. The Skulls of Seven will dismiss the students. The marshals will dismiss the faculty. Finally, we invite all new students and families to an informal reception with light refreshments under the tent beside Westminster Hall and the historic gymnasium up there. I now declare this convocation closed.